Good morning, students. Welcome to class 6, subject mathematics, chapter number 9, data handling. This is lecture number 2. Let us recapitulate that we have learned in lecture 1. A data is a collection of facts in the form of numerical figures to give some information. What is data? Data is a collection of facts in the form of numerical figures and it gives us some information. This is called data. To prepare frequency distribution table, we take each observation from the data one at a time and mark a stroke like this, one simple line called tally marks. After that beta, when we have the data, what we will do, we prepare a frequency distribution table. Okay, in that what we will take, we will take each observation from the data one at a time. Okay, and mark a stroke, that is a straight line, which is called a tally marks. For convenience, we write tally marks in the bunches of 5. The fifth one crossing the 4 diagonally like this. 4 straight line and fifth one is the cross one. So in this way we prepare tally marks in the bunches of 5 so that it is easy to count at the end. After that we have done reading a pictograph. What is a pictograph? The presentation of an information, that is data, by pictures is known as pictograph. When we have any information in the form of pictures or drawings, that is called a pictograph. Now how to draw a pictograph? In a pictograph, the numbers, that is information or data, are represented by pictures or symbols. Sometimes one picture or one symbol represent more than one units. When we have large number of data, then we represent one picture as more than one unit. Sometimes it is given in the question that one symbol represent how much units. In that case, you have no other option other than to follow the given instruction. If it is given in the question that you have to take one symbol equal to 10 books, one symbol equal to 10 students, then you have to take that only. But if it is not given in the question, then you have to choose yourself. Mentioning of scale is necessary in a pictograph. Now today's topic, today we will do reading a bar graph, how to read a bar graph and how to draw a bar graph. These two topics we will do. Bar graph. What is bar graph? Representing data by pictograph is not only time consuming but also difficult. Sometimes to represent a data by pictograph is not possible due to large number of data. Let us see some other way to represent a data visually. See beta, if the information is given to us in thousands, then it is very difficult to present thousand number of things in the form of pictures. So at that time bar graph is useful for us. Okay, at that time we can represent our information in the form of bar graph. Drawing bar graph vertically or horizontally is simple but effective way of representing data visually. In bar graph, the height or length of a bar represents numerical value of data. All bars must be of equal width and there should be an equal gap between adjoining bars. These are some of the rules that we need to follow, okay, while drawing a bar graph. First of all, bar graph can be drawn vertically as well as horizontally. We can draw both the ways and it is simple and effective way of representing a data. Okay, in bar graph, the height or we can say length of the bar represents value of data. Height depends on the value, numerical value of data. All bars must be of equal width. The width of the bars must be same. Okay, if you are taking the graph paper, you will take one square for one bar. And there should be an equal gap between adjoining bars. In bar graph, it must be clearly mentioned on both the axes what is being represented. Also, the numerical value should be easily understood by looking at the graph. We know that in bar graph we have two axes, x-axis and y-axis. So it must be mentioned in bar graph that what you are representing on x-axis and what you are representing on y-axis. Okay, and on y-axis if you are representing the numerical value, it should also be easily, clearly understood. Okay. Now see, this I am showing you one question. Bar graph is there. This is horizontal bar graph. Now see, observe this bar graph which is showing the scale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Saturday. See, on x-axis, that is a horizontal line, number of shirts sold is given, and on y-axis days are given. Okay. Now see, it is given here. Let me show you. See, it is given here 0, 0 to 5. So we will also write down here 1 unit equal to 5 shirts. Now see, in the bar graph you can see that x-axis represents number of shirts sold and on y-axis days are mentioned. This I have told you. This is horizontal bar graph. ये भी मैंने आपको बता दिया that this is a horizontal bar graph. Now see the bar graph carefully and answer the given question. Now see, the first question is, what information does the above bar graph give? What information does the bar graph give? You can get this answer from the question only. See, observe this bar graph which is showing. It is there. What it is showing? The sale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Saturday. So this same we will write down here. This bar graph shows the number of shirts sold from Monday to Saturday. See beta, little bit changes in the language will not change the answer. If you are writing same like this, that this bar graph shows the sale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Saturday, that is also correct. Okay, so you can write down in your language also, or you can write down from even the question. Now see question number 2, B part. What is the scale chosen on the horizontal line representing number of shirts? See, this is the horizontal line. Here we have represented number of shirts. Now it is asked, what is the scale chosen? What is the scale? What do you mean by scale? Scale means the gap of 2. Okay, and see here it is written 1 unit length equal to 5 shirts. This is called a scale. So this we will give the answer. Scale chosen is 1 unit length equal to 5 shirts. Clear? Now see the C part. On which day maximum number of shirts sold? How many shirts were sold on that day? Maximum means सबसे ज़्यादा. On which day maximum number of shirts sold? Saturday. Okay. And how many shirts were sold on that day? Bring this line down and see. It will go up to 60. So how many shirts were sold on that day? 60. See the answer. Saturday, 60. Clear? Now see the D question. On which day were the minimum number of shirts sold? Minimum means सबसे कम. Now you have to tell on which day only. Number of shirts there is no need to tell. On which day? So it is on Tuesday. So answer of D is Tuesday. E part. How many shirts were sold on Thursday? Now see, where is Thursday? Here it is. See, how many shirts were sold? Bring it down like this. So how many shirts were sold? 35. Answer of E part is 35 shirts. Okay. So you have to read the graph very carefully. Now drawing a bar graph. How we will draw the bar graph? For this, first of all, you know the rules of that. Steps. To draw a bar graph, proceed as under. First step, draw two perpendicular lines, one horizontal and the other one is vertical in the shape of L. Like this. In this way you have to make the graph in the shape of L. Like this. I am making small one. Okay. So this is the horizontal line and this is the vertical line. In this way you will make. Step second. All bars must be of equal width. And there should be an equal gap between the adjoining bars. Width means चौड़ाई. तो दो बार ग्राफ की चौड़ाई must be equal. That must be equal. It is not like this. Let me tell you here only. It is not that like this. That one you are making in this way and other bar you will make like this. This one is wrong. Okay, ये गलत होगा. So width of the bar must be equal and the gap must also be same. This gap of between first two, another and the third one, then fourth one, that must be also same. Step 3. Bars may be drawn horizontally or vertically, both. The vertical bars are preferred because they give a better visual look. We can draw bars vertically and horizontally both, but normally we prefer vertical bars because it is easy to understand. It gives us a better look. Step 4. Choose the suitable scale. If the scale is not given, then you have to choose yourself. The length of the bars should be proportional to the corresponding given numerical data. Means if you are choosing the scale of 10, then there must be proportionate gap between all. First it is 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, like this. Now see example number 10, that by using the same information, bar graph can be drawn vertically as well as horizontally. This example is given in your Maths NCERT book on page number 200. Okay, so you can see in this example that bar graph can be drawn vertically and horizontally both. Scale if not given in the question, we can take of our own choice. This I have told you that if it is given in the question, then take that scale only. Otherwise, you can take of your. In this, scale chosen is 1 unit length equal to rupees 200. So it will remain same and mark the other corresponding values. See exercise 9.4 now. Question number 4. Exercise 9.4. Question number 4. This is your NCERT book question. Number of person in various age groups in a town is given in the following table. Age group is given 1 to 14. Then second age group is 15 to 29. Then it is 30 to 44. Then 45 to 59. Then 60 to 74. And then 75 and above. And the number of persons are also given in, it is there 2 lakh, then 1 lakh 60,000, 1 lakh 20,000, 1 lakh again 20,000, 80,000, 40,000. Draw a bar graph to represent the above information and answer the following question. Take one length equal to 20,000. See, it is given in the question. Now scale is given. So our one problem is solved. We have to take 1 unit length equal to 20,000. Okay. Which two age groups have same population? Which two age group have same population? This. 30 to 44 and 45 to 59. 1,20,000 in both. All the persons in the age group of 60 and above are called senior citizen. So how many senior citizens are there in a town? 60 and above. So 80,000 of this and 40,000 of this. Add these two, we will get the number of senior citizens. So first now we will make the graph. See. From the above information we have the bar graph. This is our bar graph. In the x-axis, this is called our x-axis and this is called our y-axis. Okay. Here on the x-axis I have taken age group. See, it is mentioned here. Age group. And here mention number of persons. This I have told you that this you have to clearly show. That on both the axes what you are representing. And scale. Scale is 1 unit length equal to 20,000 person. It is given in the question. ये question में दिया है. So we have not made any choice. We don't have any choice. See, this vertex is, this is 0, and from 0 to first part it is 20,000, because we are taking the gap of 20, then 40, then 60, 80, 1 lakh, 1,20,000, 1,40,000, 1,60,000, 1,80,000 and 2 lakh. In all the figures we have taken the gap of 20,000. And here are the age groups. In this also see, gap is same. Gap of between these two is equal to gap of these two. And same here. Even the width of all the bars is also same. So we will make now. For the age group 1 to 14, it is 2 lakh. So this is 1 to 14. So we will go up to 2 lakh and we will make 1 bar here. Then 15 to 29, 1,60,000, second bar, 1,60,000. Third age group of 30 to 44, 1,20,000. It is 1,20,000. Fourth one is also of the age group 45 to 59. This is also 1,20,000. Age group of 60 to 74, 80,000. This is 80,000. See, this is the corresponding to this 80,000. Okay, and 75 and above 40,000. So it is 40,000. This is the answer of first two questions. Age group of 30 to 44 and 45 to 59. They have same population, that is 1,20,000. And number of senior citizens are 80,000 plus 40,000, which is equal to 1,20,000. Now your homework is to do exercise 9.3 question number 1 and 3 in book, because this is a reading of bar graph that you can do in the book only. And exercise 9.4 is question number 1, 2 and 3 to draw a bar graph. Okay, this you will draw on graph paper. If you are not having graph paper, then you can draw it in your notebook also. Now it's time for the homework solution of lecture 1, exercise 9.1. Solution 1. It is how to draw a tally marks. You have to draw a tally marks. Okay. So marks, tally marks, number of students. You can check your answers. I have made it. 1 mark, 2 students got 2 marks, 3 students got 3 marks, 3 students, 4, 7, 5 marks, 6 students, 6 marks, again 7, 7 marks, 5, 8, 4, 9, 3. Okay, this is the tally marks. Now it's a part, find how many students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. So you can add it, equal to or more than 7. So 7, 8 and 9, this you will add. 5 plus 4 plus 3, that is 12. So 12 students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. B is how many students obtained marks below 4. You can see in the table that below 4 are 3, 2 and 1. So it is 2 plus 3 plus 3, that is 8. 8 students obtained marks below 4. Solution 3. This is also same as question number 1. First you need to draw the tally marks and then answer the questions. Okay, tally marks I have not drawn in this. I have answered the question only, the minimum number of times. Okay, the minimum number is 4, maximum 5, and find those numbers that appear an equal number of times. It is 1 and 6. 1 and 6 both appear equal number of times. Solution 4. This is a reading of pictograph. Observe the pictograph carefully and answer the following question. Which village has the maximum number of tractor? One picture equal to one tractor only. So, minimum number is in village D, only 3 tractors. Maximum number in village C, that is 8 tractors. How many more tractors village C has as compared to village B? C में B से कितने ज़्यादा हैं? So C minus B is 3. 3 more tractors. Fourth is, what is the total number of tractors in all the 5 villages? So add them. In A, 6, B, 5, C, 8, D, 3 and E again 6. So when we will add, we will get 28. 28 tractors are there in all the 5 villages. Solution 6. This is the solution 6. In this, one picture of bulb represent 2 bulbs. Okay. So first question is, how many bulbs were sold on Friday? Now see, on Friday 7 pictures are drawn. 7 bulbs are drawn. So it is 2 multiplied by 7 because one picture represents 2 bulbs. So it is 2 multiplied by 7 equal to 14. So number of bulbs sold on Friday, 14. B, on which day were the maximum number of bulbs sold? It is on Sunday. C, on which day same number of bulbs were sold? Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday and Saturday, 4 multiplied by 2, that is 8 bulbs were sold on both the days. D, on which of the days minimum number of bulbs were sold? That is again Wednesday and Saturday. 8 only. E, if one big carton can hold 9 bulbs, how many cartons were needed in the given week? First of all, we need to find out the total number of bulbs sold. Total number of pictures are 43 and one picture is equal to 2 bulbs. So it is total bulbs are 43 multiplied by 2, that is 96. Now in one carton 9 bulbs can be packed. So how many cartons are needed for 96? That is 10 cartons. Because 9 से तो काम नहीं चलेगा. It is 9 10s and 90. So 6 bulbs were left. So we want one more. So 10 cartons are required. Solution 7. Which merchant sold maximum number of baskets? Martin. How many fruits baskets were sold by Anwar? 700. The merchant who have sold 600 or more number of baskets were planning to buy a godown for the next session. Can you name them? जिसके 600 से ज़्यादा है, 600 or more than 600. It is Anwar, Martin and Ranjit Singh. And be careful, one picture represent here 100 fruit baskets. Now exercise 9.2. In this, I have given you one question, that is question number 1, to draw a pictograph. See in this question it is given that one symbol represent 10 animals. Okay, this is given to us in the question, this scale. So we can write down same, one symbol equal to 10 animals. A village A has 80 animals, so 8 symbols we have drawn here. In village B 120, so 12. In village C 90, so 9 symbols were drawn. In village D 40, 4 symbols were drawn. Village E 60, 6 symbols were drawn. Now you have to answer some of the questions. How many symbols represent animals of village E? 6. Which village has the maximum number of animals? Village B. And minimum number of animals? No. Which village has more animals? Village A or C? A और C में से किसके ज़्यादा है? Village C. Clear? Thank you students.